in Washington, D.C., it's a long-distance feud transmitted over the airwaves and on social media that is now devolved beyond a small political spat. For President-elect Donald Trump and his predecessor Barack Obama, the animosity that started a few years ago was never wanted, except for a month-long period during the presidential transition. Now, the current and former presidents are carrying out the nastiest public dispute in modern presidential history, one that began on deeply personal terms and now which plays out nearly every time Trump finds a policy he dislikes or perceived double. If you are new to this channel, then in this video we'll be talking about the president-elect Donald Trump and his predecessor Barack Obama and their relationship now that he has won the election. What does the election hold for Donald Trump and what does the victory hold for Barack Obama? If you want to find out all this, don't forget to stick with us to the end of this video and don't forget to subscribe to get future videos from the channel. The acrimony is largely one-sided. While Obama has not made a direct assault on Trump's character since last year's presidential campaign, Trump has steadily increased his stinging criticism of Obama. It was obvious this week during the burial of Jimmy Carter, the former president of the United States of America, how Donald Trump was seen discussing some things undisclosed with Obama. Previously, it was the administration's response to Russia's election hacking that drew Trump's ire. Last week, it was his signature health care law, since the final time they spoke after the election day. Trump has leaned into Obama over his handling of North Korean hostages and his decision to join the Paris Climate Accord and his policy towards Cuba. And then, there is his baseless accusation that Obama ordered wiretapping at Trump Tower, a charge he never fully explained and which yet has not been retracted. He was very nice to me, but after that, we've come across various difficulties, Trump said nonchalantly to a CBS interviewer previously. So, it doesn't matter. Words are less important to me than deeds. You saw what happened with surveillance and everybody saw what happened with surveillance. In fact, few people saw what happened, at least in the way Trump described it. The accusation, which sources said annoyed the former president, was the moment it became so clear to those in both Trump and Obama's spheres that a functional relationship which past presidents have long cherished with one another was not in the offing. But this has raised a question of whether Obama is an opposition to Trump or an ally. He hasn't let up the entire time, bemoaned one official Obama White House official who said Trump was merely attempting to distract from his own woes by directing attention to Obama. He operates by making people his enemy, said the official, who spoke anonymously to describe the relationship between the two presidents. If he deflects the focus from him being on him, that is a win for him. But not everyone is getting along. Presidents don't always get along with their successors. Differences in temperament and ideology usually accompany a handoff of power within the country. It turns out he's often looking for something new when electing a commander-in-chief. Herbert Hoover dismissed Franklin D. Roosevelt's New Deal's program, including Social Security, as a fascist regimentation, a loaded discharge in 1935. Harry Truman and Dwight Eisenhower sniped at each other for the entire limousine ride from the White House to the U.S. Capitol ahead of Eisenhower's inauguration. A sour episode that has only unraveled further when Truman called Eisenhower a coward as he was leaving office, The men later reconciled at John F. Kennedy's funeral, which is what we are seeing with Trump and Obama at the funeral of Jimmy Carter, who was the late president of America. And Ronald Reagan and Jimmy Carter battled over who caused the 1982 recession, a dispute that prompted Carter to publicly accuse his successor of not accepting the full duties of the job. When he's ready to accept those responsibilities, I'll be there to help him, Carter said about Ronald. In recent times, presidents have largely kept any disagreements between themselves quiet. Obama often bemoaned the state of the economy that George Bush left behind, but never attacked his predecessor personally. And while there remained some frostiness between Bush and Bill Clinton, the man who defeated his father in 1992, the men eventually found ways to partner on global relief efforts. There have been instances in the past where the current president and the former president do not get along at all, said Timothy Nafti, a historian at New York University who formerly served as director of the Richard Nixon Presidential Library. What's different this time is that the two are showing it, that the animosity is so clear, and of course, it's more clear on the part of President Trump, but it can be inferred from the actions of President Obama, he said. Some things might also be deeply sensitive, away from what viewers could actually see. Sources close to Trump say he remains in a competitive stance against Obama, who campaigned heavily for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in last year's presidential election, and offered withering criticism of Trump on various campaigns. Obama himself did not ease matters when, at the end of December, he suggested that Trump actually won the election. One administration official said Trump is deeply sensitive to unfavorable comparison between the pace of his presidency and Obama's, and he has eyed with deep skepticism Obama's emerging presence on the global political stage, where Trump feels increasingly isolated while some Western leaders, including German Chancellor, French President, and Canadian Prime Minister, align themselves in public with Obama in his post-presidency. Obama's aides, meanwhile, said their boss treated Trump with respect during the transition period, but that a deep relationship between the two was never likely. Trump himself acknowledged in a CBS interview a few years ago that he has no relationship with Obama, and the two men have not spoken since Trump emerged winner. But we are likely seeing something different from the interaction at the burial of Jimmy Carter. If you are still watching this video to this point, kindly hit the red subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so whenever I drop a new video, you'll be the first person to get our videos. There was an unsuccessful attempt by both men to connect shortly after Trump moved into the White House. Following tradition, Obama had left Trump a note on the results desk in the Oval Office, which Trump read and wanted to express his appreciation during his former tenure. According to both a current White House official and a former Obama aide, through an aide, Trump tried to reach out to Obama, but his predecessor was traveling west to California and couldn't take the call. When one of Obama's aides reached back out to the White House to return the call, the new president's staffers said Trump just wanted to say thank you for the note and wanted Obama to get the message. They never actually connected together. Since then, there has been no attempt to cool the tensions, according to both men's aides. Instead, the strain has only worsened, a worrying sign according to historians. If there is no relationship between a president and an ex-president, that means the country is denied the benefits of the experience and wisdom of somebody who has held the most difficult job in this country. Naftali said, it robs not only the legacy of that former president, but it denies the country of that person's skill set. So I don't think anybody wins. Unlike most presidents and their predecessors, Trump and Obama found themselves mired in acrimony years before they were brought together as members of the most exclusive club in politics. Trump spent months in 2010 stoking the false better theory, which suggested Obama was born outside of the United States of America and therefore was ineligible to serve as president. Even late last year, Trump left unanswered his intentions as a president for Obama. In 2010, when Trump was taking the better former in White House, we would have imagined that Trump would be one day positioned to unravel major elements of Obama's presidential agenda. It has been noted several times that Obama himself has said that Trump can only become the president if it was some comedy skit. Donald Trump on Twitter has said the real story is that President Obama did nothing after being informed in August about Russian meddling, with foremost looking at Russia. Under a magnifying glass, they have zero tapes of two people colluding. There is no collusion and obstruction. I should be given an apology, Trump wrote on his Twitter in a 2017 post. The reason that President Obama did nothing about Russia after being notified by the CIA of meddling is that he expected Clinton would win and did not want to rock the boat. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump had expected a smooth transition, and what we are actually seeing is something we might like. If you actually made it far to this video, do well to click the red subscribe button and turn on the bell notification icon so whenever I drop a new video, you'll be the first person to get the video on our channel. Don't forget to share the video with your friends who want to know more about Obama and Donald Trump's relationship.